gente de YouTube, estamos haciendo un nuevo video para el canal, esta vez en un juego que se llama What Remains of Edith Finch. Sinceramente ni siquiera yo lo he jugado, pero leí la reseña y hay las críticas que dicen que está muy bueno, ojalá y sí sea así. Este, Ayúdenme con su poderoso like, suscríbanse, activen la campanita y empecemos. Vale, parece que... Vale. Ahí está. Creo que es con el RT. Con el RT lo abrimos.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house.
Ahí si quieren pónganle pausa para alcanzar a leer, que la verdad ni siquiera yo alcancé a leerlo todo bien. A ver, zoom.
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
Ahí se los dejo para que lo lean. Si quieren yo se los puedo leer, nada más díganme cómo lo pudieron ustedes y yo los leo.
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
Pues pónganme en los comentarios si les gustaría que yo se los lea o me callo para que ustedes los lean.
I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
Zoom. También zoom.
In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
Vale, con el se pone pausa. Y obviamente con el botón de Start también.
No one had driven this way in a long time, but I saw a few hoof prints.
Un venado.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it.
Ahorita en un rato les voy a empezar a leer yo y ya ustedes me dicen cómo se acomodan más.
But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to. The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
Si no alcanzan a leer, recuerden ponerle pausa o para no aburrir a los demás.
As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words. Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house. Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11. power had been turned off the night we left.
Creo que mi voz va un poco atrasada, pero pues obviamente ni siquiera yo sé qué va a pasar.
For the first time in years, I felt like I was home. But instead of a family, there were just memories of one. Like how only one restaurant would deliver to our house, so we had Chinese a lot. Or how after Louis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly.
A ver, ahora vamos para acá.
The table was still a wreck from the night we left. It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture. My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home. Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth.
Son muy tenebrosos. Se lo puedo agarrar.
Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank. Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit.
Iba exactamente al par con el joystick. Esto está chido.
Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
Podría ser por esa puerta.
My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive.
¿No puedo abrir aquí? No. Vamos para arriba.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes. Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
Vale, ahorita subimos.
Edie's father Odin built the original house. Barbara was a child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it.
¿La puedo subir un poquito? No. Pues no. Que la sensibilidad está un poco baja, ¿no? Pero pues bueno. Puede ser que es para mayor efecto en el juego. Se ve como si fuera bajando una persona y no. Va normal.
Edie told me once that every finch who ever lived is buried somewhere in the library.
Sube como de 4 en 4 escaleras.
Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947.
Chale. Todos se murieron. Está fuerte el asunto.
The last time I was in Edith Sr.'s room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait.
De Eddie, ¿no? Así de este.
My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin. As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
Y para arriba.
Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left.
Yo pienso que tendré que seguir el cable, pero... no hay forma de agacharse. No, creo que no. Es así, va, ya. Perdón, a ver, ya, sigamos. Ya chequé todos los cuartos. A ver. No sé si soy yo. No, si soy yo. O todo está siendo un poquito más oscurito. No, es que aquí se ve brillante. Caminas para acá y se ve un poquito más oscuro. Se escucha mucho los efectos de la Y. Vale, vamos a salir. A ver si no me dejan nada aquí afuera. Bueno, si es que todavía puedo salir. No, ya no. Vale. Entonces ya todo lo que tengo que hacer es estar aquí adentro. Su árbol genealógico, todos se murieron nomás. No. ¿Qué? Bueno. Espérenme tantito. Listo. Sigamos. Entonces, a ver. A ver, vamos a probar todos los botones a ver qué hace cada uno, aprovechando que no estoy haciendo nada. A ver. Ah, mira, sí, me siento más cómodo así con la retícula. Puse pegamento para que no se... Ah, mira. Bueno, o sea, yo no quería hacer eso. Les puse pegamento para que no se abran las puertas ya. No sé si ella puede afuera salir. Allá afuera puede salir. Ah, este cuarto no lo vi.
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up. Louis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him. Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of. From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me. Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan. But I had no idea what was behind that door. Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead.
Uf. A mí, a ver.
I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole. Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage. Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting.
A ver ya. Vamos, ya no sé qué hacer. Hasta ahorita me está gustando el juego, que no he hecho casi nada. Ah,
December 13th, 1947. Dear
a
Diary,
ver, lo voy a leer.
I'll be gone soon,
Pronto ya no estaré,
but I
pero
wanted
quería
to tell
contarle a
somebody
alguien
about what's gonna happen. It
lo que
started
está a
when
punto de
Mom
suceder.
sent me
Todo
to
empezó
bed
cuando
without
ya no
dinner.
alcanza a leer. Ahí lo pone
I
pausa.
woke up and I was
Me
starving,
desperté muerto de
so
hambre
I
y fui a
looked
buscar
around
algo
for
de comer.
something to eat.
La
The
comida de
gerbil
razón
food
estaba
was dry,
seca,
but
pero
I
no me
didn't mind
importó.
it. My Halloween
Todas mis
candy was
golosinas de
all
Halloween habían
gone.
desaparecido. A ver. Espérenme, se me cayó. Pero no, ahí está ya. A ver, sigamos. Esa noche me comí un
I
montón
ate
de
a lot of
cosas.
things that night.
No,
I kept
no paré de
eating and
comer. A ver,
eating.
¿pasta de dientes?
Then I heard
Entonces
chirping
ahí
outside my
truenos
window.
fuera de la ventana. Truenos, perdón.
It
Era
was a
una
barn
golondrina que
swallow going
regresaba al
back to
nido.
her nest. reached
alargué la
out for
mano hacia
her.
ella. Y de
And
repente
suddenly,
era un gato.
I was a cat.
Bueno, me daré ese esto porque está muy... ¿Me puedo caer? Sí, creo que sí. Cuidado.
I
Intenté no
tried
hacer
to be
ruidos, pero el
quiet, but
pájaro
the
estaba
bird was really
aterrorizado.
scared.
Uy, va. ¿A dónde se fue? Creo que solito salta exactamente donde tiene que ir.
Mom and Dad
Mamá y
didn't
papá
even
ni
look
siquiera
at
me
me.
miraron. ¿Y ahora qué? ¿No puedo abrir la ventana, sí? Ah, es para acá. Ahí bien ido.
I jumped and I almost got her.
Salté y casi le alcanzo. Se notaba
I
que
could
cada
tell
vez
she was
estaba más
getting really
cansada.
tired.
Ahora estaba
Now I
subida
was
al
up in
árbol
a big
grande.
tree.
Le prometí a
I
papá que
promised
no
Dad I
volvería a
wouldn't
subir,
climb it anymore.
pero lo
All
único
I
que me
cared about
importaba era
was eating
comerme
my
a
mama
ese
bird.
mamá pájaro. La
I
engullí
gobbled her up.
y de repente
And
yo era
suddenly,
una
I was an
lechuza.
owl.
Primero
First,
solo
all
se
I heard
oía el
was the
viento,
wind.
después
Then I
escuché unos
heard
dientes
little teeth
mordisqueando la
nibbling
hierba.
in the grass.
No veo nada. Supone que debo de cazar presa, obviamente, pero no veo a nadie.
Rabbits.
Creo que conejos. Me imaginé que
Imagine
levantaría
his
la cara
face
para
looking
verme a
up and
través de
seeing
mis
mine
garras.
through my talons.
Lo
I
engullí de
swallowed
un
him up,
bocado y no
and I
mastiqué
didn't
nada.
chew one bit.
Después
Then I
emprendí el
flew
vuelo
off
para
to
buscar
find
algo
something
mejor.
bigger.
Tal vez un venado. No, es muy grande, ¿no?
A mama rabbit.
Una mamá conejo, otra vez una mamá. Pensé
And
esta
she was
era
almost too big to
demasiado
carry.
grande para llevármela.
I
Empecé a
started choking,
atragantarme, pero
but I
no podía
couldn't
parar de
stop
comer.
eating.
Y de repente era un
Suddenly, I
tiburón.
was a shark.
Rodé
I
por
rolled
un
off a cliff
acantilado
and
y
into
caí
the
al
ocean.
océano.
Now, I was hungrier than ever.
Ahora tenía más hambre que nunca. Quería focas gordas y
Juicy
jugosas.
seals.
Le
I
arranqué la
tore off
aleta
her
y
flipper,
estaba
and it
deliciosa.
tasted really good.
Pobrecita. ¿Y quién sabe dónde está? Ahí va. Se ve la sangre. Qué feo. Y la agarré con
Grabbed
fuerza.
on tight.
pero tenía
I was so
tanta hambre
hungry,
que salté del
I
agua.
jumped out of the water.
Cuando
When I
abrí los
opened
ojos
my
todo había
eyes,
cambiado.
everything had changed.
No entiendo muy bien cómo moverme. Creo que ya entendí. Tal vez no. No entiendo qué soy.
Now I
Era
was a
un monstruo y
monster,
podía
and I
oler a gente
smelled
por todas
blood.
partes. ¿Por aquí? No, sí.
I
Era
was
grande,
big,
pero me
and I
movía
moved real
silenciosamente.
quiet. I wanted to
Quería
stop,
parar, pero al
but
mismo
also
tiempo no
I
quería.
didn't.
No alcancé a leerlo. Después del
After the last
último
passenger, I
pasajero
was
todavía
still
tenía
hungry.
hambre y pude oler algo
Across
nuevo
the
en el
water,
agua.
I smelled an
Algo tenía que
alien,
conseguir,
something I had to
así que
have, so
nadé
I
hasta allí.
swam towards it. I slithered onto the sand, and the good
Me
smell
deslizé
went to
por
my
la
pipe.
arena y el agradable aroma me llevó hasta mi vieja tubería. Me fui
I got
acercando
closer
cada
and
vez más.
closer.
Todos mis estómagos
All my
empezaron a hacer
stomach
ruido
started growling,
y de repente
and suddenly
volví a ser
that
yo.
was me again. I held my breath
Aguanté la
for a long
respiración durante
time,
mucho
but
rato,
I couldn't hear
pero no pude
anything.
oír nada.
I think it's waiting
Creo que
for me
está
to fall
esperando a que me
asleep,
duerma,
but it's not
pero
going
no va a
to wait
esperar
much
mucho tiempo.
longer.
Necesito
It
comer.
needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
No manches. Y los dos sabemos que ella está deliciosa.
not sure if I believed all of that,
No sé
but
si
I'm sure
me
Edie would
acredito
have.
de esto, pero no alcancé a leer otra vez. ¿Un gato? Esto
This will be
resulta
obvious
evidente
later,
más tarde,
but
pero mi madre
my
nunca
mom
me
never
contó
told me any
ninguna de
of these
estas historias.
stories.
Eddie
Edie
lo
would
habría
have,
hecho,
but
pero a
Mom
mi
didn't like
madre no
bringing
le
up the
gustaba
past.
hablar del pasado. Aunque cuando
Though,
adoptamos
when we
un
adopted a stray
gatito
kitten,
abandonado, fue
she
ella
was
quien
the
lo
one who
llamó
named it
Molly.
Molly. I spent a lot of
Solo
time in
pasar
Great
mucho
Grandma
tiempo en la
Edie's
habitación de
room.
la bisabuela y perdón.
Her
Su
room was like a
habitación era como un
museum.
museo.
For
Durante 500
500
años los
years, the
Finch han
finches
sido
have been
famosos por
famous
toda
throughout Norway for their
Noruega por su
fortune
fortuna y su
and
desgracia.
misfortune.
¿Cómo cambié de página? Odin
Odin
Finch
Finch buries the
entierra a
latest
las
victims
últimas
of the
víctimas
family
de la
curse,
maldición
his
familiar,
wife
su
Ingeborg
esposa
and their newborn
Ingeborg
son,
y Johan, su hijo
Johan.
recién nacido. El 6 de
On
enero de
January 7th,
1937,
1937,
salva con su
he set
familia
sail with his
y su
family
casa
and
esperando
his
dejar atrás la
house,
maldición.
hoping to leave the curse behind.
Pero unas
But
olas de
40-foot
12
waves off
metros
the
en la
coast of
costa de
Washington
Washington
send the
hicieron que
house
la
and
casa y
Odin
Odin
to the bottom of
acabaran
the
en el
sea.
fondo del mar. Eddie,
Odin's
hija de
daughter
Odin,
Edie,
con su
with
marido
husband Sven and baby
Sven
Molly,
y su
step
Molly,
ashore on their new home,
pisó tierra
Orcas
firme en un
Island.
nuevo hogar, la isla Orcas. Odin
Odin
Finch
Finch
fue el
is the
primero en
first
ser
to be
enterrado
buried
en
in
el
the new
nuevo
family
cementerio
cemetery.
familiar. Eddie, su
His
hija,
daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new
ya
Finch
sueña
house.
con un nuevo hogar. El
Whatever's
problema de
wrong
esta
with this
familia
family,
se
it
remonta a un
goes
pasado
back a
muy
long
lejano.
ways.
Lewis
Louis
murió
died a
una
week
semana
before we
antes de
left,
marcharnos,
but Edie
pero
had
Eddie ya
already
había
started to
empezado a honrar su
memorialize him.
memoria. Eddie
Edie gave
dio
a
una
big
intensa
interview about a
entrevista
mole
sobre
man
un
living under
hombre
the Finch
topo
house.
que vivía
My
debajo de la
mom was
casa Finch. Mi
furious.
madre se puso furiosa. No había
I
pensado en
hadn't
mí
thought of
misma,
myself as Edith
como
Jr.
Edith
for a
Jr.
long,
desde hacía mucho,
long
mucho
time.
tiempo.
When Edie told
Cuando
people
Eddie
Sven
le
was
decía a la
killed by
gente
a
que un dragón
dragon,
había matado a Sven,
she could also
también
have said
podría
he
haber
was
dicho
building
que
a
estaba
dragon-shaped
construyendo un
slide that
tobogán con forma de
collapsed.
dragón
She could have,
que se
but she
derrumbó.
didn't.
Podría haberlo hecho, pero no lo hizo. Un
One
verano
summer,
evacuaron
they
la isla,
evacuated
pero
the
Eddie se
island,
negó a
but
marcharse
Edie
durante unas
refused to
semanas.
go.
Se convirtió
For
en
a few
toda una
weeks, she
celebridad.
was a celebrity.
Ya no
Even
leí
in
eso.
her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
Ahora tal vez lo voy a dejar de leer para como les guste.
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife, Kay, left on the house was the pink bathroom. It was a pretty big trace.
Alguien
There's
se
a
crece en
secret
este
in this
baño.
bathroom. It's
Está
in
en
the
el
last
último
place he would
lugar
look.
donde alguien miraría. No estaba
It
en el
isn't in the
armario.
cupboard. It's
Estaba
hidden in
escondido en
this
este
book.
libro.
Sven gave
Sven
Sam
le
that
dijo a
camera
Samuel
he'd
antiguo.
refurbished.
Ah, bueno, es.
He never put it down.
Entonces lo voy a dejar de leer. Ojalá y no se me olvide.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin. And that he never talked about him. I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My
Mi
brother
hermano
said
dijo
he'd
que
die before he
moriría
ate another
antes de
mushroom,
comerse otro
and
champiñón.
he did.
Y así fue.
At Barbara's funeral, he swore he'd never be afraid again, and he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Sam! Calvin! Dinner's ready! Coming!
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that,
Calvin! I'm not gonna tell you again!
maybe if the wind hadn't picked up, then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother. That's the day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing. After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room. Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again. The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Sí, ya sabía que quería algo. Desde la primera vez me quería meter aquí, pero pues, bueno, desde que lo vi, me quería meter, pero pues no dejaba, obviamente. Yo creo que al igual es que no sé qué tan largo es este juego.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star. I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards. Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent. She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
The old fridge rattled and grew still.
Oh dear!
Oh!
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you're...
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the Late Late Picture Show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Walter, are you there?
Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. When he heard it was, he couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
That night, she played her part beautifully. Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned. He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet. The hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was... Someone at the door was dying to speak to young Barbara. At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter, hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box was all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending. I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
Yo creo que ya casi se va a acabar el video.
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot. I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages. I thought maybe she was hiding presents. It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that.
Sigue funcionando.
I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could. If there's a pattern in all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years. On that first day, after the shaking started,
No entiendo
I
muy
think I
bien.
survived the
Sí
week.
de leer el curso, pero no lo entiendo. Dice... bueno,
But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me
eso
sane.
hizo que conservara la...
Having a schedule, living for today.
Hay duraznos.
I always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything. Even a monster
Eso
on the
monstruo
other
al
side of the
otro lado
door
de la
starts
puerta.
to feel normal.
Otra parte
Almost
normal.
friendly.
Otra vez se lo va a echar. Y de
And then one
repente
day,
un día todo
everything just
se detuvo.
stopped. Whatever
Cuando
that thing was,
pareciera que ello
it was
había
gone.
desaparecido. O sea, se
Maybe you
cansó
got
de
tired
esperar.
of waiting.
O tal vez
Or maybe I just
yo me
got
cansé
tired
de
of being
tener
afraid.
miedo. Ya pasó
been a
una
week now,
semana del
the
último
longest
periodo más
in
largo en
30
30
years.
años. No
I'm
voy
done
a
waiting.
seguir esperando.
I have to leave. Well, I still can.
Tengo que marcharme mientras pueda hacerlo.
I know it's out there, somewhere.
Sé que está ahí fuera en algún lugar.
Whatever killed Barbara.
Lo que fuera que mató a Bárbara y a
Molly.
Molly y a
And Calvin.
Calvin.
Maybe this
Y
is
esto
all a mistake.
Eso es vivir
But I
el
need to
mismo
stop
día.
living the same day,
Aunque esto acabe
even
conmigo.
if it kills me. Whatever's out there,
Quizás
I want you to know
quien,
I'm ready for it.
quien dándole
I'm going
vaya
to
a
appreciate all
valorarlo
of it,
todo,
especially the
especialmente la
food.
comida. No
I don't mind
importa
if I
si
live
solo
longer
me
than that,
queda un año, o un
or a
mes,
month,
o una
or
sola
a single
semana.
week. I'd be
Me
happy
conformaría con un
all
solo
along.
día diferente.
I can
Ya
already
me
imagine the sun on my face.
¿Quieres saber? Ah, no hay reloj.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here. I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me. Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter. But if she never told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding. I don't want to make the same mistakes she made.
Tiene puras moscas.
Trying to bury something that's still alive.
Ahí está.
Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe 2, I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself and found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real.
Ah, no entendí. Qué mala onda.
I don't know if I should even be writing this.
A ver si no es hasta alguien más leyendo.
Maybe it'd be better if all this
Mejor
just
que
died with
estuviera-
me.
muriera conmigo. Ah,
But I thought you should know about your family. And the history you're a part of. Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now. I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth. And when you look at the house, that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness, any of it seems possible.